related move, but of course it won orders over the long weekend, over 1,400 crore rupees. That stock has surged to the day's high, 10% higher on KEC International. But Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the big talking point, of course, being the GST rate rationalization bit. In his address to the nation on Independence Day, Prime Minister announced the introduction of the next generation GST reforms. The centre proposed a simpler GST system with two main rates, 5% for essential goods and 18% for most others. Now, sources are saying that the GST Council-nominated group of ministers on rate rationalization is set to meet soon. Timsy is joining in with more details on this. Timsy.
Well, as you said, Prime Minister has made the announcement. Now the effort is to make this announcement a reality. And there's a process to it, to be precise. The first leg of the process, there are 3 group of ministers, panels, which will meet, discuss on what centre has proposed. And only then their recommendations can be taken forward in the GST Council. Remember, any decision on GST happens with consensus in the GST Council, where all states are members to the council along with centre's representation. So there is a full, detailed, mammoth exercise left when it comes to discussions, deliberations. First leg, as I said, meeting of group of ministers, which is happening this week itself. The biggest one, the group of ministers on rate rationalization headed by Bihar's Deputy CM Samrat Chaudhary on August 21st. The scope of group of ministers, not just to examine reduction of slabs, but also to see how overall rates can be realigned to give benefit to the consumers as well as safeguarding the interest of the council, which includes the interest of states and centre. Secondly, compensation cess group of ministers, because with the end of compensation cess, that is as soon as the payments of back-to-back loans taken during the COVID time to assist the states on the potential revenue loss that happened during COVID, it has been extended. The deadline is March 26, and there is a possibility, what sources indicate, that compensation cess payouts for these back-to-back loans could end even early as October or November. And as per law, once the repayment is done, the cess cannot be collected even for a day more. So what happens to that? What happens to the cess? How will that be absorbed for the council? So that meeting, that panel is headed by MOS Finance Pankaj Chaudhary. That group of ministers is also meeting on August 20th. The third, another big one in the entire discussion, that is the group of ministers on insurance, which includes both health insurance premia and life insurance premia. Over there, again, there has been a long-standing demand from states, from various stakeholders, even from Central Minister Nitin Gadkari. He had also written saying that we need to reduce premium on these two. There is a government's program also, Insurance for All by 2047.
Sure, Timsy.
So how can they be given a relief over there? That panel under, again, Deputy CM Bihar, Samrat Chaudhary, is meeting on August 20th. Apart
Absolutely,
from that,
Timsy.
yes, another big impact on cars and two-wheelers. Cars below 1200 cc likely to be brought down from 28% plus cess to 18%.
Yes.
Similarly, two-wheelers below 350 cc could see a relief again from the current 28% and plus cess in certain categories brought down to be 18%. Overall relief, something that we'll have to wait and watch for.
All right, big relief then. Thank you so much for that, Timsy. But as we've